that he has. Believe me, changing government is expensive, and a country that changes government, very often, a country that changes governments very often is not very productive. It's not very progressive, rather. It's not very progressive. If you look at countries that have really progressed, they have had leaders for some time. But I'm not saying that in some other leaders, no. But basically is that it is only right for our country that Hakainde Hichilema continues. It is only right for Hakainde Hichilema to continue. So, why I'm saying all these things is that I am responding to those of you who think that I want to come back. I want to stay here, and I will stay here, and I will be doing checks and balances from here. I am eager for 2026. I am eager for 2026. I want Hakainde Hichilema to go through. When he goes through, I want to be the main opposition political party leader. And indeed, I am. Even as we speak, I am the main political party leader. And if I am the main political party leader, and I do it well, 2026, 2031, 2031, Kutiriapuma. Although, of course, I'm not so anxious. For me, I am not rushing. No, I must be present. I must be present. I'm not rushing for that. I'm taking my time. I really want to mature. I really want to come and take over that office when I'm ready, when I'm mature, when I've got the abilities for so many things. I've got connections and that's what I want. So, but as it will be, after 2026, I'll be the main opposition. But you see, they say that, in the same crow. You can't. You can't. So, I'm better off. I'm a little bit far. So that I can be doing to my checks and balances. If I'm in Zambia, I'm a politics yari shupa. Abake Sanjikata, te Hakainde Hichilema, liva Jack Mimbu, because Jack Mimbu will be looking to say, my goodness, Ichimwa Ichechi, Chile is a bad. Because there are others in UPND who also want to be president. So Hakainde Hichilema may not fight me, but I may be fought by other UPND presidential aspirants. They can fix me. They can fix me. Politics, you people. You should know politics. I'm opening, I'm giving it to you bare. I'm giving it to you bare. I'm giving you my strategies bare. Why I don't want to come back? Nganinta mukirako finopuno. Ni kwatana ka UN protection. Pamtukuno na kwataka UN protection. Na kwataka UN protection filafine. Tetimusende. Nangu. Even if you come and you tranquilize me, and you put me in a box, you won't be able to go through. Even by myself, I can't go to the airport and leave. No. I need I need clearance for me to leave. So you can't take me out. Even myself, I can't just go to the airport and say, here is my passport, I'm flying out. No, I need clearance because they want to make sure that when I'm leaving the country, I am properly leaving the country and not being coerced or being forced. Because, somebody might put a gun, behind you. And your airport gun. Even for me to leave this country, I must get clearance. I must go for interviews and they say, yeah, okay, yes, you want to go. And where you are going, you are safe. That is the situation. So I need that protection. I need the distance. That way I can freely offer checks and balances. But trust me, because now I'm getting closer. I'm not going to be doing, the same kind of checks and balances I was doing Kumumoko. I will do mature, real whatever. Not if you have if you have So that is my strategy, man. That is my strategy. I know where I'm going. In terms of you, but PF, you are dead. But PF, you are dead. All of you who are talking, when. But PF is gone. PF is gone. You have killed PF. And one day I will tell you how you killed PF. You have killed PF. PF is nowhere. PF is nowhere and it can never come back. It can never come back. Na chipwa fe na chipwirika fe na chipwa pwe. Na chipwa. PF. PF na ipwa. Ala na ipwa PF. Tapari fo mwinga chita. Nangu musunga chitumbi. Nangu muchiteshani. PF is gone. Because most of you, you don't even know what PF is. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You have got no spirit of Sata. You have got no spirit of Sata because the only spirit that could run PF, it's a spirit of Sata. That's all. Not even the spirit of Balungu. Balungu aveni. Balungu was a brand on his own, and I used to tell you here to say, even if Balungu chooses somebody, that person that Balungu will choose will not be Edgar Lungu. Unless Lungu himself runs, then it would have happened. So imwana musungirira chitumbi, hoping that no, you get some blessing, mwalafu nyako efishimba kuchitumbi, to become president. But in there never, PF naipwa. PF naipwa, there is no way PF tapali. Tapali, banani wakenya PF imwe. Banani. Ni banani wakenya PF. Ni banani wakenya PF. Ilera tungirire mundu bire. Para twale tungira mundu bire ngafyali bombere. But no chapa. No chapa. Apa na ipwa muntu na ipwa na italala. PF yafuira mushikumao sampa aile teke ichimbo cha marilo pa secretariat. The day PF died is that day. If you remember, there is a day that Mao Sampa went and put Inkuni pa secretariat. He went and put he had a funeral. Before the funeral of Edgar Lungu, PF died first, before Lungu died. And Mao Sampa was the first one to have a funeral at that secretariat. That day Mao Sampa did that. That day PF died. Bali shikano kushika PF pa ya Mao Sampa alishikire. Uashika Mao Sampa, uashika PF ni Mao Sampa. Whatever he did, whatever motive and whatever, at the end of the day, Mao Sampa killed PF and he mourned it when he had that funeral at the secretariat. Later on, you had the funeral, Yava Lungu. Nedi ashireta shani, diapwa. Njeweni, nina ni PF. Nina ni PF. Tell me, who in PF can revive PF? Who in PF? Tell me, who can revive PF? Even if you mkalwalwa chiwa fechaba lungu chikala miruisha. Chiwa fechaba lungu chikala miruisha. I know you'll be fighting, and I know you are even fighting. You are fighting, but you're just fighting because of the way you are handling that body. That's why you are fighting. Otherwise, there is nothing that you are fighting for. PF, forget it. PF, forget it. And Mwema MPs, I mean, you are, start thinking about where you are going to contest. Start thinking about which political party and how you are going to contest. Because, where are you going to contest? Where are you going to contest? On which part? There is no more PF. And you can insult me as much as you want. You can say whatever you want. But the fact is before you. Tell me. Imwemwema MPs, tell me. You, members of parliament, tell me. Which PF are you going to stand on? Which PF? Which PF are you going to stand on? Which PF is going to campaign for you? Tonse, which Tonse? Which Tonse? Na mwamba kanokuba divided yuko. Na mwamba kanokuba divided. Bamembena baye yawoko. Banani na baye yawoko. Tapadi na Tonse, tapadi nefia Tonse apa. Tapadi. And by the way, some people are saying, hey, but we saw your vice president. We saw your vice president. He is part of Tonse. Mr. Shafwepa. Mr. Shafwepa is my vice president. Mr. Shafwepa is the vice president. and is the acting president whilst I'm out here. Mr. Shafwepa, he is the acting president whilst I'm out here. And as the acting president who is in the country, who is running the party, he is free. That is how tolerant I am. That is how democratic I am. Mr. Shafwepa, under the leadership of Mr. Shafwepa, Economic and Equity Party went to Tonse. And Mr. Shafwepa knows my position about Tonse. Even when they went to Tonse, I told him, Tapari Filikoko. Tapari Filikoko. But of course, he's the one that is there. I don't interfere. So don't get confused to say, what is going on? What is going on? I am out of the country. I'm out of jurisdiction. Somebody has to run the party within the country. And the person that is running the country is Mr. Shafwepa. So there is no way I'm going to interfere with Mr. Shafwepa. I'm not going to interfere with him. I'm not going to be phoning him and giving him directions. Therefore, Mbombaini, I have left him. He's running the party. And he has taken it to Tonse. I say, all the best. All the best. But to Mr. Shafwepa, together with all these others, I can tell you, Tapari Okobaleva Batonse. Tapari. Tapari. But I just wanted to give that clarification that Mr. Shafwepa is the one that is running the party. I am out. I'm in exile. I'm not within the country. So, and I don't interfere. Trust me, I don't interfere. If I give you a responsibility, run with it. Run with it. If you succeed, well and good. If you fail, at least you did something. So, I am happy with how Mr. Shafwepa is running. I'm happy with how the Secretary General is mingling Navena Nakachinda and whatever. I'm happy. The Secretary General. Let them run the party. Inendi kuno. Let them run the party. I'm not going to interfere. I'm not going to interfere. But they will never get a party from me. One thing is that they will never get a party from me. And we have an understanding. Let them run. Let them run. Let them go wherever they want to go. No problem. But PF, Navatonse, Tapari Okobalea. Tapari Okobalea. The next happening thing, it's me. I can assure you, the next happening thing, it's me. And even if you PND na Shiva. Even if I in the Ichirema na Shiva. So Aka in the Ichirema, we must have a good understanding, a very good understanding that I want you to go through in 2026. And I will keep on pushing for you to make sure that you go through convincingly. Convincingly. Not if you must like that. No. UPND cannot make 50% plus 1. No. UPND is going to get 64%. UPND is going to, Haka in the HLM is going to get that 64%. 64%. He is going to beat all the banana. Even a 64% in the Yache Panokuche. Nivanani. Our Kalaf Manama 0. Our Kalaf Manama 0. Haka in the HLM is likely to hammer so 70%. Because na 30% mdala, valawa mupa opposition iwadia. Vali Muzambia. Awa mdala, wakui pepa la valia. Awa alenjita block. What kind of a president? Nishiba tuka pali ka page kawo. Njafe mko wachita challenge. Nde wachita challenge. Mdala wa Fred member. Waninchita disappoint na wa Fred member mwe. Ifo kulungula mashina bata. Wa Fred member waninchita disappoint na wa mdala. At your level wa mdala mwangu nchita block. I don't insult on your page. I don't. But you can't block me. And you claim to say, no, you are democratic and whatever. Bamdala imu. Socialist. Teti tapade okobanga tapadi. Epo wa ishiraba socialist. We nenda lama wa pere. Katushi oshoba funya kufialo. Wadi funya kufialo. Ero wale chitalonchi. Wale tanawa sungu. Shani. Ba Fred membe walenda. But kuma elections mundala tawenda. Wenda ukapewa mdala wa Fred membe bafu mapa wa yapa ukumonekela mkoneka no tuma suit na basungu shan ukwenda and all over but my elections tawenda na ile yeisa mukamona tapale fo bakati wa Fred membe balia ama politics yali bakana balatu muntu ati awo fyali mukana awo ba Fred membe wa politics yali bakana Because you can't, I mean, for all this long, with all the resources that he has, and he can't pick. Oh, yali wakana valia. Fumwefintu fila kana vati, fila kukana. Fila kana, politics, he's allergic, katushinga ama politics, they are immune to afraid membi. Tapari oko venga. Because he's the only one, aba kwa tuma resources. Abe nga chita kwa shan, number of afraid membi. No tuma resources, fila wakana muntu wandati, nafi kukana. Ama politics, na yali wakana wa mdala wa afraid membi. Yali wakana, limi waka anyway, I won't go there. I won't go there, but tapari oko venga wa afraid membi. Those, banani, how I should have that, no, anointed, anointed, but busy. Hey, when I become president, I'll bring Edgar Lungu's body back. Hey, Bachelor Party, the government must drop the cases so that the Lungu family can come back. Hey, the government must drop the cases so that the Lungu family can come back. When you hear a person talking like that, carelessly like that, why should ni kindergarten politician? Ni kindergarten politician. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand government. He doesn't understand governance. He doesn't understand statecraft. He doesn't. He doesn't. And I know a number of you have been entertaining this. No. Hey, they should drop the cases. They should drop the cases. They should drop the cases. Tafiwombe fyo. Tefyo fiwomba. And Bale Tarika, they used to refuse to say, no, it is not about the cases. It is not about the cases. I'm telling you, this whole situation, it is not the government that has messed up. It is the Lungu family. It is the Lungu family, particularly wa Esther. Particularly wa Esther. Fiancé fifile stika, ni wa Esther. Niva Esther Lungu. Fiancé file stika. And I know Mwalata Mboku Toloka. Hey, don't drag the widow and whatever. Don't drag Imwe. How can we not drag her when she's the one who has brought us here? She's the one who has brought us here. How can we not drag Esther into this? Because she's the one who has dragged us into this. Eh? No, Tasila, they cannot take out the constituency because she's still mourning. But because government took them to court. Government took them to court. If they had not taken them to court, by now would have buried. The question is, who started all this nonsense? Who started all this nonsense? I want you to answer me. Here we are talking. I'm still talking about this and I'm not going to stop. Because some of you are saying, hey, why are you always talking about this? Why are you always talking about Ichtumbi? Hey, Ichtumbi. Yes, I told you. Even if I make a promise, I live by it. If I make a promise, I live by it. I told you, I'll be talking about this until we bury Edgar Lungu in Zambia. That's what I told you. That is a promise. And it's a promise I'm willing to take, to keep. I am keeping that promise. I'll be talking about this. As long as Edgar Lungu is there, I will not stop talking. I'll keep challenging anyone who is talking about it. It is my business. As long as Edgar Lungu is not buried in Zambia, I'll keep talking about it. And I'll keep hammering on all those who are involved in this. Ndio ufokwati chiwa chakwa Lungu chingire muline. Ndio ufokwati chiwa chakwa Lungu chingire muline. You know, umuntu ungafwa, the spirit is hovering around. I think chiwa chaba Lungu chingire muline. I'm telling you, I think chiwa chaba Lungu chingire muline. Ero na chikali pakaidi ba Lungu tabale landa. Lungu tabale landa. He was a quiet man. He was being manipulated by a number of people. And now he's dead. Now he's dead. And his spirit, I think it has entered in me. But it has entered in me, a person who talks. So I'll be talking. Save yourselves. If you don't want to hear me talking about Edgar Lungu, save yourself. Stop following me. Otherwise, nakulala, and I will be telling you what Lungu failed to tell you. I will be telling you what Lungu failed to tell you. Mama Eva Esther, I will tell you what Lungu failed to tell you. I will tell you that Lungu You are manipulating him in his death. I am telling you. No, don't talk about the widow. She's grieving. No, Esther is not grieving. Esther knows what she's doing. Esther Lungu knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She's the one behind all this nonsense. Hey, Bama Kebi na waisa ingiramu. Bama Kebi, I mean, now because of his stubbornness, his whatever, arrogance and ambition, ba ingiramu. Pantu na Oma Kebi, alakwa tali kwa techua. Icha kufua yokulwa. Makebi Zulu likes fighting. So wachita combine. Wama Esther Lungu, bali niwala wa ichaida wala. Babika pona kali pepo. Babika pona kali shuka kwa lesa. But no. And Mwintarika, I know her. Mwintarika, nafi vipa, panomba nafi vipa. You don't tamule. You don't want to umuchinshi. You don't want to understand each other. Apana fi vipa nomba. Need gloves off. Gloves off. Nafi vipa. Tapani fi akulanda shana. Takuli. Vamayoba Esther. Imwe vamayoba Esther. Bushata imo mwale tumikisha walungu. Taimu mwale tumikisha walungu to come back into politics. Taimu mwale walungu ati you are a coward. Walungu balelanda. Bushabu finda bepa. Balelanda. Ababalenje batamwe coward. Nishnave kanova Esther. Bali smile kofe ria mumbali. And na ine pala kaidi nishi na ina nimbila. Balungu iwe ulanda kwati ni mama ya Esther. Ulanda kwati nyaba. You know, he was never calling her his name. He was always saying Aba. Ulanda kwati nyaba. Awo nafi vipapa. I don't care what you say, whatever. I just bloody don't care. I just bloody don't care. I am going to tell you what Balungu could not say. I am going to tell you. You pushed Balungu to come back into politics. You pushed Balungu. Balungu, when I went to him, the first time, I've been saying this. You can go back to my videos and whatever. The first time I went to Balungu refused. Balungu cited issues of health. He said it. But he could not say it. And he came and told me outside, when I'm about to get onto the car. That's when he told me. I'm not betraying the confidence. No. I am saying this because people must hear. People must know the truth. People must know the demon behind all this nonsense. People must know. Not people to be cheated, to be thinking that, no. People must know. Balungu used to refuse. I swear Balungu used to refuse. He used to refuse. And one of the reasons that he cited, it was his ailment. He went to South Africa. When he came back, after he went for medical review. Once no. Balungu was being denied to go to travel out. Balungu was allowed to go out and government was paying before he went into politics. He was allowed. He was going out. He went to South Africa for medicals. When he came back, he told me he's even more convinced. Out of what they told him, he said he's even more convinced not to come back. And that is when from that that night, I went out, started campaigning for Mundubiri. And I used to go back and forth. I used to talk with Balungu. I can show you core records. We can draw core records and you can see if I'm lying. I can produce core records. I can produce text messages. I still have them here. I used to talk with Balungu 3 times in a day, sometimes 4 times in a day. 4 times in a day. Sometimes now we can to wine, you know. Once you used to sit with Manan Kantapani, you know, because many times he would even say, oh, I'm sitting here with Nagachinda. I'm sitting here with Given Lubinda. Once, if I'm lying to you, if I'm lying, I'm challenging them. I'm challenging them. The point I'm trying to drive at is that, you know, this man was really pushed to the edge when he was alive. He was really pushed to the edge. He was being used. It was not so much about himself. It is about these people, including Bamayewa Esther. And I do understand Bamayewa Esther because she was upset because of the cases that had started. But it was not Lungu's intention to come back. I started for Mundubire. And most of the times I would go to Lungu. And he was just giving me encouragement. Continue. I hope Mundubire taka kulekeresh. That's what he was saying. I hope Mundubire taka kulekeresh. All of a sudden, that was finished one day. Now so I go there. Nasanga what Milan ndala what pale for chitireka. Kanda wa no. We not Mundubire. Mune tontonkanya poshani. Blah 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 blah. That is how the issue of Mundubire was changed. That is how the story of Mundubire went down. From there, I told Mundubire, if Mundubire is courageous, ask him to say, didn't he come and tell you to say, anyway, I don't want to drag so much Mundubire in this. I don't want. Mundubire is also not a fighter. He's also somebody that doesn't want to do a confrontation. So I will not drag him into this. I will not drag him into this. But the point is that Fiaisha Chinja next Mdala kwa no Nintwankani no Abenana Kachindoko Shani whatever Namona Tasha Pisha Mdala Chisha Mdala Twaikala Pakona Twaikele Kukona kula side kula gym Twaikala so Chisha Mdala Njeweni Muna Tumwala twala ingira mofi na nibe pushe balungwine doma twala ingira mo ngamafu twala fuaya. There was no money. You people keep lying, keep saying no, Edgarungwa money whatever inendala mention nshashimwene. I never saw that money. Kuliva Lungu, yes, here and there I was given money, but I mean, nothing more than 5p. Nothing more than 5p. 5p kwacha. Not dollars. I never saw that money. And when we sat in the corner, when I said, okay, Vamdala paso chirishani, murefi fuae finjingiremo, ntampo kampe na imu. He said, ingira mofi. But I asked him, what about rupia chirishani, muremo na shani? Ajao tuala fua rupia. Because nani mwana tapari rupia to alafwa. Efo yaji. Baisa na kukorea kule nishi baisa korea. Actually baisa njo finish wafumile kukorea. Baile kukorea. There were no issues. And the government provided for that trip. So some of these things, no, the government, no. Hakainde Ichilema was okay with Edgar Lungu. He was okay with Edgar Lungu. Aba ishirele to wafya nyababe na abantu aba. Eba ishirele to wafya. Ukufuma ponomba na ingira nomba alewerera po mdala ne mila ndusheta shani shambo kisa nomba tap mdala tap mpitiro kubaikata mpitiro kubafyanta kwati ni shonkono no. Mpitiro kubaikata. And I didn't get the support from Lungu because really, he didn't have the resources. He used to pay Gama lawyers, including Winyamake Bizulu. He used to tell them, you should be helping Tayali I know Tayali is a confused guy, but he's my confused guy. That's what he used to tell them. Ask Makebi Zulu and the other lawyers, ask them if they didn't tell them that. So even when you are talking about to say, no, Makebi Zulu used to come and help you. Makebi Zulu didn't come to help me because I am Chulufa Tayali, because Makebi Zulu has got a good heart. No. He came because Edgar Lungu told them. Edgar Lungu told them. And they would come kungandanga kulika fuafua. Because I used to bring it on social media. I used to bring it on social media. By the time Vale Isa Avena Makebi Zulu, Nishwa media na Africa. Nishwa media na Africa. And they knew nga Africa. They would be landing in my cameras. They knew. So I was setting up a stage because I wanted you people to see what is going on. And by the time they are coming, the media will be there. And Makebi Zulu will start shining, harassing the police officer, blah, 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 you went to that. No, Makebi Zulu helped you. No, no. Those cases I was having them because of the Alebo agenda. Because of the Alebo agenda. That's why the UPND were coming after me. And Edgar Lungu told Vena Makebi Zulu to say, you should be going there. So they were not coming for me to really help me. That no, you are ungrateful. No, I didn't. If I was, when I was fighting for Munduvira and whatever, I was not having those issues. I was not having those issues. I was not having those issues. It is when I went back, that's when I was having issues. And yes, even when Munduvira came in, I think I had 2 cases. And Munduvira was helping. Munduvira was helping. When I went to Alebo agenda, then these police officers started coming. And I was making sure that the media are there. That's when Makebi Zulu was coming in. And when Makebi Zulu came in, after immediately, Naingira or whatever, Makebi Zulu was never there. Makebi Zulu was never there. Makebi Zulu only went with me to force headquarters once when I rode in his vehicle. Once. But these other times, the people that used to be with me, kuma polisi, it's Benjamin Mwelwa. Benjamin Mwelwa, if there is a lawyer that I should be saying thank you, it's Benjamin Mwelwa. Benjamin Mwelwa used to be with me. Benjamin Mwelwa used to be with me so many times. Muma court fighting kirikiti with me. Benjamin Mwelwa. Not with Makebi Zulu, Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu was coming because he knew. It is like the way I'm talking right now. I mean, if Magapogola come, I mean, people know that, media. The media knows, and they were coming. Remember, Nicola, IP was even arrested at my house. So, it is you who are being fooled. Me, I'm not a fool. Me, I know when people are really giving me help. And I know how to appreciate. I'm not going to appreciate people, stars who are showing off, and you want me to appreciate. What am I going to appreciate? They got their pay. They got their pay. You know, some of you know Makebi Zulu because of some of those times when he was coming to fight for me. That's how you know Makebi Zulu. So he had his pay. He got his marketing. No, you don't appreciate. Do you know Benjamin Mwelwa? Because Benjamin Mwelwa was not an actor. He's not an actor. But he was more times at my house. He was more times in the police cells fighting for me to get him a bond. More times. Benjamin Mwelwa had more times being in court with me. And I was not paying. We were hoping that maybe Walungu Indala Mashala Moneka, then I can pay him something. It was not happening. Benjamin Mwelwa is there. He's alive. You can ask him. So, no, there was money, whatever. No, Makebi helped you. I'm telling you, Makebi Zulu. Yes, I use this firm. I don't want to talk about other lawyers. Of course, you can say is the main man of Makebi Zulu and associate. Of course, later on, you know, other his lawyers would come in and whatever. But really, the bottom line is that, because even, for example, Makebi Zulu come and ilanga kunganda kuja. When the cases start going, kuma police, kuma court and whatever, other lawyers would come in, especially Jonas Zimba. Jonas Zimba, I really appreciate him also. I really appreciate him. But somehow, you could see that they are getting instructions to withdraw. I could see that. I could see that. And who was instructing them? Who was instructing them? Because it was not by themselves that they started giving it. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So, really, from my point of view, I've got people that I appreciate. I'm not an ingrate. No, I do appreciate people. I do appreciate people. But Makebi Zulu is not one of those people that I'm going to say, no, thank you very much, thank you very much. No, Makebi Zulu got his pay. He got his pay, he got his publicity. I set a stage for him and he came and got the publicity. He got his pay. I am more concerned about those lawyers that came and they never got anything. Those lawyers that never showed themselves on camera. I'm very grateful to them. I'm very grateful of Mtembonchito. I keep talking about Mtembonchito. I keep talking about Mtembonchito. Mtembonchito worked, but Mtembonchito is not an actor. He's not an actor. They came and searched my house and what. We spent the whole day with Mtembonchito. The whole day. But Mtembonchito is not an actor. He didn't call the media to say, come here, come here. If it was Makebi Zulu, we would have called the media. One day, Bakapokola went in my house and they were searching. For a long time, I was with Mtembonchito. I was with Mtembonchito. And Mtembonchito knew we are going Kunganda Mkusecha and whatever. He didn't call lawyers. He didn't call the journalists. He didn't. He didn't. We went bang and that was Secha Shan. If it was Makebi Zulu, we would have called the journalist. So, but you don't know about Mtembonchito. I just have to tell you, Makebi used to set a stage. Mostly it was me who was setting a stage, because by the time the police are coming, I would have known, I would have seen them Pama cameras. I would have seen them Pama cameras, I would go live, I would call the media, and by the time Makebi Zulu is coming, the stage is already set. But I'm giving you an example of Mtembonchito. I was inside. He knew the police are going to search my house. He never called the media. He never called the media. He called one guy. But he called this guy privately. Privately. News Diggers. He called the guy from News Diggers privately to just come and, you know, be there. And the following day, it was not even covered to say, no, the guy who went there didn't go there as a journalist. He only went there just to ensure that, I mean, there's somebody thereby. Makebi Zulu, all the time he came, he was trying to set a stage. Makebi Zulu is a politician, and he uses his law to set up himself. Mtembonchito, a very senior lawyer, state counsel, former DPP. You never saw him Pama cameras. But he did the hell of a good job. One day, Mtembonchito stayed the whole day. Ndima cells, he stayed the whole day camping at force headquarters, at the IG police, at the office of the IG. Fighting for me. The entire former DPP. A state council. He sat pa office yawa IG. He was there. I'm not going until I see someone. I need to get that guy out. Mtembonchito doing that. Makebi Zulu never did that to me. Never did that for me. So what are you telling me? You bloody hells. What are you telling me? No, you don't appreciate. You are fools. Allah, you don't appreciate. What am I going to appreciate? A guy who came to make publicity, to show himself to the public, is the guy I'm going to appreciate. Allah, and he didn't even come, not even for himself. He came because of LUNGU pleaded that, please, mule yako, please, muna yako. That's why he came. That's why he came. He never came for me. Not even one day to court. Never. Not even one day. No, you don't appreciate. You don't appreciate. Makebi Zulu got his price. He got publicity out of me. He benefited out of my fortune more than me. Out of my misfortune more than me. Like a person who is selling in Bokoshi. Yeah? A person who is selling in Bokoshi. He makes money. He sells exorbitantly. I gave Makebi Zulu publicity. So stop talking about Makebi Zulu helped Makebi Zulu to hell. Allah. Makebi Zulu is a problem. Is a problem. Now they have combined now Esther. Now, you know, pictures. Yeah? You see the pictures? You see the pictures when they're coming out. You see how Esther is looking and whatever. Those people are schemers. Those two. But Tasira whatever don't suffer. Whatever don't suffer Tasira. Tasira whatever don't suffer. And Tasira, even as I'm saying this, if Tasira is watching, she's agreeing with me. She's agreeing with me. Tasira doesn't have a spine. Because she's a stepmother, but Esther never stepmother. And technically, or not technically and legally, but Esther ever next of kin. So she's the queen in all this. She's the queen. If I'm lying, if it is not about Esther, tell me, who is the next of kin? Who is the next of kin? Because these things I was not talking about it. I was pulling back. But now especially with some of these people that are even going Kuma funders. They have gone Kuma funders. Ama funders now cost now kakenda la manomba. They want me to starve. They want me to suffer. They want me to suffer. I have not received any money from the people that committed that they will be helping me. The people that pay for this apartment, they have not sent any money and they have gone quiet. Because of you. Because of you, Esther. Namakebi Zulu wenu. And you think I'm going to starve? I'm not going to starve. You must start. You have salary over Yamdara. I know you have got a salary. That salary which you don't get, please start sending it to me. I'm not coming back to Zambia, but kalaka salary mdaro for akadia. Kuti kansunga kala. I mean, you don't need that salary. So let me start getting paid already. Let me start getting paid. Kalaka salary mdara haka inde ichirema. Kuna na ibinda samuntu andi. Na ibinda sa. Esther na waposa mo nankane. Na waposa mo katushinga nchinshi uko. Because it was not Lungu that was sponsoring me. There were other people. But since all these things started, they have been going, whatever. They have cut the funding. Be happy. So kindly, you want to treat me. I will treat you number. We will go. Niko repiteni nembwa. Ko repiteni nembwa. Muleshini nkisha. Mulewa atindele kapofi. I'm not going to get stranded. I'm not going to get stranded. But in damage tefironda. Damage tefironda. Kai pale na dai bwera mono kuibwera mona cha, you know, sponsor kutatashani, sponsor kutatashani. Number sponsor next with drama. Muleshini nkisha. Muleshini nkisha. Tamwa tamano. You thought you are shooting yourself in the foot. You are shooting yourself in the foot. You would have left the sponsor spending the money. Nganalei wera but ngawalanda pa. No mama wura sponsor mwaptula. Mwaptula mwamura tawe. No. Stop you whatever. It is not Malungu, no. But yes, the people that were helping me, they are connected to Malungu. But Esther na Makebi Zulu wabona wanyanta pandamu. Elo namba ime mfulefu timbaleke. Muleshini nkishi. Muleshini nkisha. Shamireke. So all this nonsense, it is between the two. It is between Makebi Zulu and Esther Lungu. Don't be cheated that no, tapadi, na bishufo bale chita. Ero bamaeva Esther, bali changera like nieve. Bali changera, she's shrewd. Hey, she's very shrewd, that woman. Don't be cheated. She's very shrewd. She's very shrewd. And naisheve shibira, pali $400,000. Like I'm telling you. There was no money kuri ba lungu. Takudi ati yon walipo kwenda na mashinga. Takudi. Takwadi, there was no money. That is why at one point I even gave up. Ukufiachila because ama lawyers Benjamin Mwerwa got tired. Na yena Benjamin Mwerwa kai ilikuwa diba PF vamo abale ba major sponsor. Benjamin Mwerwa alikwete major client. This major client ambo kumweva tiyo stop representing that. Ever Benjamin Mwerwa actually withdraw. Alena makepi ukoni shibali insha kalipa mabwe. Na sherefe na Benjamin. Ever Benjamin actually withdraw. You remember there was a time when I stood in court without a lawyer. I stood in court without a lawyer. Mpitiro na Omecha Street na onanka nanko nyenka nshikili na chitashani hapo. F.Y. Shiren tola ntwa nkanoyo. Joseph Chirwa. F.Y. Shiren tola Joseph Chirwa. Joseph Chirwa I Shiren tola kwa tinipachishala. I had no lawyers, I had no money, and Joseph Chirwa said, I will represent you. Don't worry, Mr. President. Don't worry. I will represent you. I remember him very well. Come to my office. Nini shaponi na iminine mukoti so. No lawyer. When Joe Chirwa heard that, he met me outside and he told me, come to the office. I can help you. Joe Chirwa. Ewa mufiroku la tashaba. Not Makebi Zulu. Ewa mufiroku la tashaba. I went to his office with my wife. My wife didn't believe it. I told my wife, there is this lawyer. He says he's willing to help me. He's going to represent me without money. My wife said, are you sure? I said, yeah. He said, no, I must go and see him and thank him. My wife came to Joseph Chirwa's law firm to thank Joseph Chirwa for taking up my cases without pay. So these are the people that I am indebted to. These are the people I'm indebted to. Not a guy, not an actor. Not an actor, an Hollywood actor who was coming to my house to act so that he can gain some political mileage. Hey, I should appreciate. I don't do that shit. I don't do that. Joseph Chirwa, that's how Joseph started representing me. Now you have been sharing that article. That article, no, I'm ready to defend the Lungu family at all cost and whatever. And you were showing those videos, Panga and Danish Wakapokola went to cut the gate and whatever. You don't even know what you're doing. You were just showing that really I was dedicated to Lungu. And I was dedicated to Edgar Lungu. Whenever Edgar Lungu called me, I went. Whenever Edgar Lungu called me, I went. It doesn't matter where I went. And I was called that day. Ukoba tulakapokola veshile 04 Panganda. And early in the morning, I went there. I just came out of bed in Shasambena Kumenso. I drove there. And I was there. Mpaka katushinda tekma 00. That day the police came. I was dedicated and I said, and I fought. I did a lot that day. I did a lot. But after everything, Baka Pokola wanted to arrest me. Na Shakafuswa. Because of what we did. Shakafuswa, I mean, he was, he organized. He was a good organizer. Let me just say that. He was organized. He was a good organizer. On the other side, I was putting Ichimwela. So the two of us were identified. That is how they came Kung underfoot. And that day, that is why you see Makebi Zulu saying, you want to pick him. Hey, you want to pick him. Hey, you want to pick him. It is that time. We went to Lankane to force headquarters. They didn't arrest me anyway. But later on, Baka Pokola, they called me. I'm giving you now the case, this big case. What is Esther Lungu scared of? Baka Pokola, they called me. And one police officer, you know those police officers, Force headquarters, I really appreciate them. I mean, they were doing all sorts of things, but really, we had a good relationship. Because most of the times, when they arrest me, you know, we would engage. And they called me. When they called me, they ran me through to make me understand why the police went to Edgar Lungu's house in the manner that they did. Why did the police? Because we are now we take everything to say, no, we take everything like, no, it's politics. No, these people, the police officers were unfair. Let me tell you, that time when the police were cutting the gate, yes, I was there and I was shouting, dictator, how can they name a dictator? Hey, Edgar Lungu, immunity. I was shouting, I was there. The next time I was called force headquarters, okay? When they didn't arrest me, they arrested Shakafuswa, but they released him. But here is the issue. The police ran me through about that issue. Of course, I heard the stories, Kuliva Esther. I heard the story, Kuliva Esther, when I was Kunganda. They gave me their side of story. But Vakapokola, they called me and they gave me their side of story. They gave me an account. They gave me an account of how the police ended up at Edgar Lungu's house wanting to cut the gate. How did they do that? It was because of Vaesta. For them to do what they were doing, it was not about Edgar Lungu. It was about Vaesta Lungu. It was about Vaesta Lungu. All that thing that you saw, it was not about Edgar Lungu. It was about Vaesta Lungu. I'm telling you, I can challenge anyone on this one. It is nothing but the truth. Those police officers who were cutting the gate, they were not cutting the gate because of Edgar Lungu. They were cutting the gate because of Esther Lungu. And what happened? What happened is the $400,000. $400,000. What else I'm telling you to say? Takwali Impia. Takwali Impia. We were not getting any money. We were not paying our lawyers. All of a sudden, there was now this issue of $400,000 which were given. $400,000. $400,000. You know what $400,000 is? Even 400,000 kwacha. It's a lot of money. 400,000 kwacha. It's a lot of money. But we are talking about dollars. $400,000. Eshoba Esther babudi de bapela nisi wawudia. Aya afisa muna nikane mudia muchilenje. And what happened? Because you remember there were times when deck they were busy searching. So by Esther team that maybe they can come and search us. If wabu dilenda la mashile bapela udia nisi wawu. So that aya afisa kuchilenje. Ba Esther Lungu. Baura $400,000 bapela nisi. And that niece, of course, is a niece to Balungu. Is the niece to Balungu. But anyway, bamupela. It was to hide the money, to hide the money. Alamule mwena kondelanda muleshini. Chalo nakola alanda mukose. Mkwe sponsor ti nankani mule munati ninsekeramu tienyuko. Daka ime ichile manawe ndefo aida salary yata ufota uifola idea. Start sending that money to me. We have got an agenda here. You need to go through, but I want to be here so that I can be offering checks and balances. Checks and balances. Anyway, 400,000 ya kuchilenji. Kuda kuchilenji kuja. Udia gero udia. Alefwa yo mwana. Alefwa no mwaume. Alefwa mwaume. Alefwa mwana. You know, having money Money has got a demon. Money has got a spirit. You can't have 400,000 in your house and you walk freely. Indala mashari shupa. Money has got a demon. It has got a spirit. When that girl was given 400,000, she couldn't keep quiet. She was all over. She was walking like she's walking on fire. She was working kuliwa lungu as a cook. But each time she was going, you know, the body is itching. She had to confide in some people. She told people, I'm keeping money here. I'm keeping money. Oh, how much? Nizambiri. I don't think she even knew it was 400,000. Because it was money in the ukwa bag. In a ukwa bag. 400 pin. Ukwa bag. Muchirenge mtuandi. And who did that? Who gave that money? By Esther. You're talking about, no, widow. By Esther. Ukwa bag. 400 pin. Bampe. Shambo kumwa venda na mkashana. Shiremu baba. Uyu. Achita confide jumdi wa. Awasa confide muni wa mayao. Wa mayao na walicha. Wasa na create ka relationship. Uniziva ini. Ine wajawandani. Vandani. So we are related. Iwe na ine nipashibari mdara. Kai munifwan na umfati. Muyama dollars mungando. Who can refuse that you are not relatives? She created a relationship. They were related. No, we are related. Wangu. Gero, ine batimuzi wa anti. Ine nimafuna mwamuna, nifunako na mwana. Iwe ningakutandize iyo. Palipe vuto. Niza kupasa mankwara. Efu wambilo kumpera mankwara yo. Meanwhile, but ndarama za mene hizo. Bweresa tizuone. That's how the girl brought the money. Basenda kuchisarakuta. Because it was a lot. And these are simple people. Basenda kuchisarakuta. Kwa? Vana chuma mali. Na meno kochayarira. Bamusana organize gero. Iwe, kuli mndarama kuja mgeo zuri. Wafu na mwamuna. Endako. Umukazi na ena, fast, kwa? Amufuwa gero. Amufuwa gero, chawa chupo. Minwa, unyama dollars, mungani. Umukazi na ena, follow kotapu. Ashita muna BMW. Kwa nokula? Nokulali. Iwe, unyama dollars. You don't even know how much it is. Even if a girl is ugly. I'm not saying the girl is ugly. But even if the girl is ugly. Even if the girl doesn't know how to do it like mwaka. Mdala, nangu. Fieta kuchaja. Waloresha, muli huko baginda na manashisura. Kuti wakano kuchaja tigero alefuwa yomwauni. Guys are chaja. Kwa. Ahambo kuchaya. Papa. One time. Nefumolia ingira. Mama hewa isa. You see? Sinakuza tinzaku pasa mwana iwe. Sinakuza tinzaku pasa mankwala. Si uyu mwamuna oneka. Waona mankwala yanga asebe. Yasiwenza. Tetu gwiramo madola. Kwa bagwiramo. Vashita muna nganda. Vashita muna kanta. Vashita muna shanshani huko. The woman got that money as payment for getting this woman a man. Getting a man. And the guy also was there. He knew the drill. He was also helping himself with that money. She's excited with the child. First, I think she was pregnant. She was busy, nursing the pregnancy. The guy was just busy helping himself kuma dollars. Akaenda zinguruka bwela, agwiramo muri chiukwa bag. Akazinguluka agwiramo muri chiukwa bag. Bazimana bebe kuja akazinguluka, iwe bwanji mimba, ili bwanji. Bwina. Bagwiramo muri nchancha. Efo ya pile ya $400 pin. Efo ya pile $400 pin. Umwana afyalwa. Wesi wekatewa, udagiro wesi wekate muri chiukwa bag. Mwakamba leti. Tamuli amafu. Asanga tamuli amafu. Gai wale sendamu. Anti wale sanga. Waisa mkuchino mwana. Na wawa sendamu. That's how the 400 pin finished. So when the 400 pin finished, the girl was now worried. Now what am I going to do? Ba lungu bena ba Esther bena wale panga bati ndalama na fisa. But that's how the niece now came back to say, ndalama zinasoba bwanji. Ati ya kuliwa mankwala. Wanazitenga na mankwala. But tapani kwa mankwala. It's the guy that was involved. It is this woman they were helping themselves. Esther iwe. Wangatenga ndalama zonse zijauzi wa ndalama zinari zingati. Siniziva 400 pin. Bali kuti wamene yawo. That is how, instead of going to the police, listen very well. Instead of going to the police, Esther Lungu took the police officers that were manning their residence. Those police officers that were assigned to man Edgar Lungu's house. She took them. They went now to follow this woman. They followed this woman. And now, wanting and daram. And she found the lady, nothing up what chabez ngono, and pasako chabez ngono. Nam sakidira mwana. No. Tien. That's how they picked those people. They picked them together with the niece, they picked them and put them in the cells. Instead of Esther Lungu, because you need to understand this. I must tell you the truth. Whether you insult me, whether you say, I'm telling you the truth. Instead of Esther Lungu going to court, going to police, to go and report that my 400 pin has been stolen, she couldn't. Because the first question is, where did the 400 pin even come from? Where did the 400 pin come from? Yeah? Where did the 400 pin come from? Where did he sample? And by Esther Lungu, she was scared to go to police and report a 400 pin. Because, wakapokola semi wanafuza manja imwe, zandarama zamene zachoka kuti. So she was scared for those questions. So instead of reporting it to the police, she uses the police officers that were at their home. And they got those people and detained them at different police stations. Now, if you ask me, was that right? I ask you, don't say, who are busy insulting, hey, you are mad, hey, whatever. I'm asking you, is what Esther Lungu did right? Is what Esther Lungu did, what she did, was it right? She goes and hides money. They squander that money. The people that she gave that money, they squander the money. After they squander the money, they tell her, no, the money has mysteriously gotten lost. But Esther Lungu, instead of going and report to the police, she uses the police officers that were assigned to protect them, to go and do this errand. Now, let me tell you, you can have a friend, a police officer. You can have a friend, a police officer. You can have a friend, who is a police officer. But you cannot, he cannot come to your house. He has come visiting you. And then you know that there's somebody who owes you money. You can't use this friend of yours, a police officer, to go and arrest that person without reporting it officially. No. It must be reported officially, enters in the whole book, in the OB book. In an emergency, yes, there can be certain times when it is an emergency. If it is an emergency and the police officer is there, he will apprehend the suspect, but then it must be reported officially. Otherwise, if these police officers or this police officer does not report this case officially at the inquiries of any police station, it is criminal. It is criminal. So these people, to get those people and detain them without an official complaint, it was criminal. It was criminal. This is what Esther Lungu is charged of. So don't be cheated to say, no, Esther Lungu, Edgar Lungu, Hakainde Ichilema. I am telling you because I am unveiling to you the truth. I'm unveiling to you the truth so that Makebi Zulu can stop lying. So that you people who are closed up, your whatever your faces are being cheated, I want you to know the truth. I want you to know the truth, because you are busy now accusing, haka inde ichilema, hey, haka inde ichilema, hey, haka inde ichilema. Tell me, in this case that I'm explaining to you, where does haka inde ichilema come in? Where does haka inde ichilema come in? Where does UPND come in? Where does political persecution come in? Political persecution come in? Where? Where does it come in? Let's be real. Let's be objective. Where does politics come in here? Ba Esther Lungu, ba Pelomu gives money to Eunice. Go and hide this money, because Dek might be coming. Dek or whatever might be coming. So go and hide this money. She takes that money. That money is squandered by people around there. But Esther Lungu learns of it. She gets the police officers who are supposed to be their own job of those police officers, who are either manning these VIPs. They call them VIPs. The only job the VIPs have is to open the gate and make sure protect the premises. That's all. That is their job. That is their job. Not to go and arrest people there. No. No, not to go and run errands for Esther Lungu. No. But Esther Lungu used these people, by police, detained these people. And you know, where was the interrogation place? After where they detained them, they were bringing them home to interrogate. They were interrogating them at home. And that is where they revealed to say, out of the money that we got, I bought a canter, I bought a Ranex, I bought a house. And Esther Lungu insisted that she wanted those things. She lost her money. She wants the canter, she wants the Ranex, she wants the house. So those people, they were detained and they were being interrogated. Munyomba, muniba Esther Lungu kuja ku Ibex. That's where they were being arrested. They were being interviewed. Is Edgar Lungu involved? No. Edgar Lungu is not involved. Edgar Lungu is not involved. And at the end of the day, those people, they gave in under duress. They gave in under duress because they were being detained. They were being threatened and all. And at the end of the day, that's how those women, that woman, together with her daughter, they gave the Ranex, they gave the canter, they gave the title deeds of a house here Muchilenji. And I don't know the value of that house. It might not even be $200,000 or 200,000 kwacha. It might not be. It might not be. Basically, it might not even be $10,000. It is just a poor house. It is just a poor house of a small value. A Ranex, how much is a Ranex? 50,000 kwacha, or if you want, in terms of dollars, $2,000. A vehicle, $2,000. A canter, how much is a canter? At most $3,000. So basically, in terms of recovery, Esther Lungu was recovering just about $15,000 out of $400,000. Out of $400,000. Because all the money was blown. It was blown. And now, those people gave those things and they even made them to sign. But tell me, can you say that these people signed those documents out of their own free will? Eh? After being detained illegally, being interrogated or being tortured psychologically, in the house, in this big house, do you think those people signed those things out of free will? Do you think they were happy to give up those things? They were not happy. They were not happy, and they pleaded. They pleaded with Esther Lungu to say, please, tipase nivintu. And Esther Lungu refused. Hard-hearted. Hard-hearted. She refused. Even you, where you are. Yeah? Can you behave like that? A former first lady, can you behave like that? You go and grab Karanex. You go and grab Chikanta. You go and grab a house. Eh? Muchilenje. And you say, no, 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 no. No, come on. Come on. Come on. Be real. Be real. Be real. And I got this story, as I'm telling you, it's just what it is. It's not a lie. It's what it is. And when Wakapokola told me and ran me through all these things, I was like, I don't support this. I told them, I don't support this. I told them, I don't support this. And they said, yeah, we know. You are reasonable. And they started talking to say, no, this is why I told my friends to say, you know, because before they brought me in, they said, I mean, call Tayali and explain this to him. If you explain, he will stop. Because me, I was busy. Hammering on it. HH dictator. I was busy hammering him. Then I cannot 20 hours. Dictator. HH is harassing his Edgar. So the police told me, they called me, there is nothing like Edgar Haka in the HLMI here. The story is this. The complainant is here. And the police told me that they pleaded with Esther Lungu. They pleaded to say, please, you are a prominent person. You are a former first lady. This thing will bring problems. Just give them these things, we forget. By Esther Lungu, Anakana. No, sending a passe. Naru Sandarama Zambili. I mean, 400,000, former first lady. And look at what we are talking about. Do you really think that is reasonable? Do you really think such a person is a good person? Eh? Do you really think Nangukuchuna? Because even my mother, who is poor, so but for her, she was not. No, I'm not going to give them. I'm not going to give them. Baka Pokola pleaded. At the end of the day now, Kwamo call out. They were not taking. That is how the police now came there. So that they can grab those things. Because Esther was refusing. After a number of attempts, after reasoning with her, she was adamant. She was adamant. Adamant for what? A Ranex, a canter, a house in a compound. She was adamant. This is why, this is the adamance you are seeing, even on this funeral. That's how she is, that woman. That's how she is. Don't be cheated. I'm saying this because there are a lot of people who are looking at this. And they are looking at our government. They are looking at Hakainde Hichilema to say, Hakainde Hichilema is a bad man. I know their presidents, what Kavindele said is true. There are presidents that pleaded with that were pleading with Hakainde Hichilema. How can Hakainde Hichilema just write off this case? How? How can Hakainde Hichilema just write it off? How? There are complainants who are there complaining to say, they got our things. They got our things. And they tried to reason with Esther. They tried to reason with Esther. Not one day, a number of days. But she was adamant. And even me, I went back there. After the police told me whatever, I went back. I told them, what the police are saying, this case doesn't look good. I told them. I told Esther, this case doesn't look good. In the house, I told her, this case doesn't look good. For me, I think that it's better you negotiate with these people. Immediately she was like, no, how can I go? I looked at her, I was like, this woman. I was like, this woman, sure. But me, I advised. I said, no. I advised, it's better you give them back these things. No. Barricade. And the Lungu just used to sit there. I'm telling you, he just used to sit there. He just used to sit there. But I could see that Lungu saw sensing what I was saying. But Esther, no. And from that time, she stood up. She even went upstairs. That was the last time I spoke to her. I used to talk to her. That was the last time I spoke to her. That was the last time. It's like naka hatred kalisa ingila. But me, my conscience is clear. Because I told her. Many people told her. Many people tried to reason with her. Just give them back. No, because even Wamukuni Wangenam and whatever. Of course. I mean, those people, they also had to go to people that they know. They went to people that they know. They went to people that they know. I think they are related to Chief Mukuni. And Chief Mukuni told them to say, he gave them advice to say, go to the police. I think Chief Mukuni is the one who advised them to say, go to the police. What they did is wrong. They took advantage of you. Go. Eh? But surely, mumwe bantu. Eh? Iyo 400 pin bamaye ista bayifumishe kwisa. Abantu stand one kane. They take that money. Was it right for her to act in the manner that she did? Was it right? And at the end of the day now, we have that case in court. I have explained this and I'm telling you this because I want you to see where is Hakainde Hichilema coming in. Where? Where is Hakainde Hichilema coming in? I will open phone lines. You tell me where Hakainde Hichilema is coming in. Where is Hakainde Hichilema coming in? Where is the UPND? Where is the government coming in? Where? Because even those police officers, they tried to reason with her for a number of days. Just give these people their things. She refused. She refused. Now today, you want to turn around to say, no, we can't go and bury LUNGU in Zambia. Why? Because Hakainde Hichilema is a dictator. Hakainde Hichilema is going to arrest us. And other countries, other presidents from other countries are now even phoning people to say, please, release them. Let the cases go. Surely, even you presidents in your countries, what would you do? What would you do? Because these people went and complained to the police. And they are justified in a way. This woman said, I gave her Mankwala so that she can have a man. She wanted a man. And here is a man. She wanted a child. And here is a child. I delivered. I delivered. And I was paid. I was paid. What is wrong with that? What is wrong in that? Even if I have got this tea, this cup of tea, and I come to you, I say, my cup of tea is $10,000. This cup costs less than $20. But if I say, no, this cup is costing $10,000, and you buy it, have I stolen money from you? Have I stolen money from you? Eh? Have I stolen money from you? I haven't. I haven't stolen money from you. I haven't stolen money from you. So really, but the stubbornness of Esther Lungu, the hard-heartedness of Esther Lungu, is what brought Balaba Kapokola Palapanganda. And they refused to open the gate. They refused to open the gate. So Wakapokola, by the time they were coming, they had seen the arrogance of Esther Lungu. I can tell you most of the police officers who have dealt with Esther Lungu, they complain. They complain. They were never complaining about Edgar Lungu. They were never complaining. They were complaining about Esther Lungu. But Esther Lungu is a problem. But Esther Lungu is a problem. But Esther Lungu is a problem. So, they never complained about Lungu. They were always complaining about Esther Lungu. And Edgar Lungu was just keeping quiet. He used to be there, but he was just keeping quiet. He used to be there, but he was just keeping quiet. So now today, when this woman who I saw act in this manner, tell me, this woman who I saw act in this manner, when she's coming out and saying, no, Edgar Lungu said that he doesn't want HH to come to see his body. You think I can believe her? You think I can believe her? You tell me, you think I can believe her? This woman I saw in this kind of action, when she's coming up and saying, no, he said this, whatever, do you think I can believe her? Do you think I can believe her? No. She's just manipulating this man in his death as he was manipulating him when he was alive. That is my conclusion. That is my conclusion. She is just manipulating this man the way she used to manipulate him when he was alive. So this is not about, no, whatever. It is about this. I'm opening phone lines. I won't touch other issues. I've spoken a lot. I'm going to open phone lines based on this so that you can call in and ask whatever clarification. What I've said here is nothing the truth. It is not something that I heard. It is something that I walked through. Something that I walked through. That woman, no. Me, I refuse. I refuse. And I'm refusing based on this experience. Because even me, I told her, give these people their things so that this thing can go away. This case doesn't look good. But no, she refused. She refused. And poor LUNGU couldn't say anything. And these things are coming out because, I mean, don't blame me to say, Dad, you cannot be saying these things. No, it has reached at this point because you want to emphasize that Hakainde Hichilema is a dictator. Hakainde Hichilema was persecuting Edgar Lungu. But these are some of the issues. These are some of the issues. These are some of the issues. Edgar Lungu, before he came back into politics, he was being allowed to fly out. He went to South Africa. He went to Korea. At least I know of these trips. I know them. I know about them. And government facilitated. It is when he came back into politics. And he came back into politics because the wife was pushing. No, go in. Eh? But now you want to stand around, even if Hakainde Hichilema, even if Hakainde Hichilema has caused me to be in exile. Yes, has caused me to be in exile. It is because Hakainde Hichilema was after me that I'm here. But surely, for now, I cannot continue, lying against Hakainde Hichilema for now. And this is me. Even when Edgar Lungu was president, when Hakainde Hichilema was arrested, because some of you are saying, no, you are doing this because you want to win favors from Hakainde Hichilema, because you want to go back to Zambia. When Hakainde Hichilema was just in opposition, Hakainde Hichilema was in opposition. He was arrested on that traffic offense. And they said treason. I said no. What favors did I want from Hakainde Hichilema? Because you like to do this. You are doing this, you are doing this. That time, when I defended Hakainde Hichilema, he was not even president. Me, I'm just a fair guy. I fight for justice. If something is wrong, it is wrong. If something is wrong, is wrong. Where I have to defend you, where your rights are violated, I will defend you. I will defend you. But where somebody from nowhere is being accused of having killed, because when Edgar Lungu died, they wanted, no. Hakainde Hichilema has killed him. He has poisoned him. If I had not come in and thwarted that propaganda, they would have run with that. But no. It is about their case. It is about this case here, Ramexi. This is the case that Esther is scared of. Not even these cases, Yama, whatever. No, it's this case that she's scared of. But this case, and she was arrested for this case, by the way. You remember. She was arrested. Why did they put her cells? Why did the police put her cells? Why they put her cells? It's because of her stubbornness. It is because of her stubbornness. It is not because they wanted to fix Edgar Lungu. No. It is because of her stubbornness. That's why the police wanted to show her, to say, you are no longer first lady. You are no longer in power. That's why they put her cells. That's why they put her cells. It is not because Hakainde Hichilema wanted her cells. No. Hello? Hello?
Mr. Tayali, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Thank you. Of recent to the narration that you're giving us, and indeed, we now have a clear view of what was happening up to where things are standing right now. I just want to comment to say I've seen a lot of narrations from PF pages. It seems PF has page a lot of more pages where everyone just comes up and starts attacking the president. Example is this woman, she blocked me at the chair of the voice, whatever. That woman is running a page based on propaganda. This time around, they're saying, no, the president is the one who killed Mr. Lungu and he's forcing himself to see the body because he wants to use the rituals. He should always put some images there and we follow up. These are the people that are trying to mislead the nation. They are benefiting from somewhere and they want to, to make everyone, to make the whole situation look like the president is involved when he actually did nothing. It's more like a small group of people. They are even on TikTok. They join together trying to get the president, trying to paint the president black. And truly from what you've said here, everyone can see where everything is coming from. President Church has never put his hand in these matters, but these chaps are very busy accusing him. I just want to thank you. You are a real politician because you analyze it the way they are. And you are just telling the truth. But these hooligans, they don't like the truth. When you say the truth, they burn you. They want to run a governance of lies where they have to bring up a story in order for them to win sympathy. This is what I've seen about PF. They can bring a narration so that everyone can believe in them based on lies. And politics doesn't go like that.
Anyway, listen, my brother. Listen, my brother. You see, yes. Propaganda is propaganda, and these people will not stop. They will keep running this propaganda. It's up to you, the UPND, to find ways and means of countering that propaganda. Actually, the problem that you have, even you, the UPND, is that you are also not people that appreciate. Because, I mean, me, I come out, I just tell the truth. But if I speak against you, you come also. Hey, Tayali, what? So anyway, me, I don't care. Like I told you, I don't care about PF. I don't care about UPND. But you are even lucky on this issue. Because if I had not stepped in, they would have put this death on Hakainde Hichilema. But it's because I've been coming in. And that is how I have helped you big time. But tamutasha no kutasha no UPND. Anyway, bye. Tamutasha wa UPND. Tamutasha. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
What?
You are live. Go ahead.
Hello, Dr. Ali.
Yes, we can hear you. Bueno.
Yo, mukamba na tuta kalimba.
Kambani boss.
Kuchawama.
Kubwela by election.
Mukamba ni vamini so sikuru cha mini kidapa chazi. Tankani haya mali kwa imani wa yaba yali mikila. Yo futi na yamene wenzo kamba wakavindele. Tunaiwelenga ndio vamini wafuna makesi zao waja. Wachite drop ndio vamini wakaleta mwini.
Yeah. No, zikomo.
So,
hello? Yes.
Hello?
Move away from the other phone. Move away from the other phone. I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello, Chimundi.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Yeah, Chimundi, yeah. Good evening, how are you?
Fine, good.
I've been following you, and this is the first time I'm having a chance of getting connected to you.
Okay.
You know what? I'll be very honest with you. What you've been saying makes a lot of sense, especially to some of us who have been following, because we don't understand what's going on. But from what you have explained, it's really making sense. So it's good. Anyway, keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just giving it as it is. Hello?
Mr. President, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
I don't know whether I can say something. I can join in.
Please go ahead. You are actually live. You are actually live. So please go ahead.
Just, Mr. President, slight history. If you remember during the Trigon case, the people who were sent to bargain between the state then and the current president, such as the Obasanjo and Right Honorable Scotland, were being told off to say, leave Zambia is a sovereign state. And they left. Now, how do we tolerate these accomplices to the spouse being harbored somewhere to come and intervene in the affairs of a sovereign state? This shouldn't be tolerated. The president does not own any property. The property is for the people of Zambia. The president has no power to say, let this case be dropped. No. There is what we call separation of powers in governance. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you. And you see, this is the point. You know, people think that a president can just wake up and instruct the police or the DPP or any judge to say, drop that case. They can't. He can't do it. He can't just wake up and say, drop that case. He cannot do it. Eh? Hello? Hello?
Yes, what tayari mchabe bwino.
Bwino muli bwanji naime.
Tili chabe bwino mkamba na wamureya from Dondomwezi.
Chien kambani bamuleya.
So otherwise what tayari iyo issue chabe bwino mwemwe chitira nareti. So aba bantu wamafuna che kukamba vintu vesi sivachita chani sivaziva vantu. Otherwise mwemwe akambira so apa pa media apa vantu vase kukako venango, because venango vamakambiramo chabe kuribe veyaziva saziva kona viri vonse aungochita che defend vana mayo vaja. Ero apa munhu akambati last time vachite arrest zona, that's why vana vachite arrest vavhota vakazi vacha vavarangiza uku chitaniso sivambira na-advise. So kufunika vakazimvira ma-advise. That's why kuja ndiye vevarengeza kuti na muviri uchedo kubwera.
Niveve vaEsther Lungu ndiye va problem hapa. You know, I'm not even beating about the bush. Whoever wants to hate me, hate me. This problem is caused by Esther Lungu na Makebi Zulu, because I'll come back for Makebi Zulu. Today I've narrated about Esther. The next time I'll talk about Makebi Zulu. Yeah. Today I've spoken about Esther. The next time I'm coming, I'm going to talk about Makebi Zulu. Who is Makebi Zulu? How has he contributed to this? How has he contributed? I'll come and I'll talk about Makebi Zulu next. I'll come and talk about Makebi Zulu. I mean, people need to be told. Someone has to tell people the truth. Someone has to tell people the truth. If we keep hiding, no. Baba Esther, she's a problem. No, widow, Quisa. That woman, she's hard-hearted. That's why the police arrested her. That's why the police put her in IBEX. It is because she was so hard-hearted, so uncompromising, so unreasonable. And the police, they said, come on, this is nonsense. That's why they put her there. It was not about Edgar Lungu. This story I've narrated to you. Edgar Lungu doesn't come anywhere. He doesn't. He doesn't come anywhere. So there is nothing like the police wanted to fix Edgar Lungu. It is because of the stubbornness of Esther. That's why she was arrested. And even now, whatever is going on, it is not about what Edgar Lungu said. It is about this woman. Hate me if you like. Who cares? After all, now mutsana withdraw to ndalama twen. Yeah, who cares? Nale mishamu, nombaba, mubepere, na akura mipua, nde mipua. Nde mipua. Allah. Anyway, I think let me just leave it there. Nalanda Sana, you can digest what I've spoken about. Tonight I've spoken about Esther Lungu. Next, I'm talking about Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu has been a problem on a number of cases. I have Edgar Lungu and the family. Makebi Zulu has exacerbated the situation. Yawa Lungu. Makebi Zulu. Bye for now. Good night.